The market crowd and you. The market is a loosely organized crowd whose members bet that prices will rise or fall. Since each price represents the consensus of the crowd at the moment of transaction, all traders are in effect betting on the future mood of the crowd. That crowd keeps swinging from indifference to optimism or pessimism, and from hope to fear. Most people do not follow their own trading plans because they let the crowd influence their feelings, thoughts, and actions. Bulls and bears battle in the market, and the value of your investment sinks or soars depending on the actions of total strangers. You cannot control the markets. You can only decide whether and when to enter or exit trades. Most traders feel jittery when we enter a trade. Their judgment becomes clouded by emotions after they join the market crowd. These crowd-induced emotions make traders deviate from their trading plans and lose money. Charles Mackay, a Scottish barrister, wrote his classic book, Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds, in 1841. He described several mass manias, including the tulip mania in Holland in 1634 and the South Seas investment bubble in England in 1720. The tulip craze began as a bull market in tulip bulbs. The long bull market convinced the prosperous Dutch that tulips would continue to appreciate. Many of them abandoned their businesses to grow tulips, trade them, or become tulip brokers. Banks accepted tulips as collateral and speculators profited. Finally, that mania collapsed in waves of panic selling, leaving many people destitute and the nation shocked. Mackay sighed. Men go mad in crowds, and they come back to their senses slowly and one by one. In 1897, Gustave Le Bon, a French philosopher and politician, wrote The Crowd, one of the best books on mass psychology. A trader who reads it today can see his reflection in a century-old mirror. Le Bon wrote that when people gather in a crowd, whoever be the individuals that compose it, however like or unlike be their mode of life, their occupations, their character, or their intelligence, the fact that they have been transformed into a crowd puts them in possession of a sort of collective mind which makes them feel, think, and act in a manner quite different from that in which each individual of them would feel, think, and act were he in a state of isolation. People change when they join crowds. They become more credulous and impulsive, anxiously search for a leader, and react to emotions instead of using their intellect. An individual who becomes involved in a group becomes less capable of thinking for himself. You need to base your trades on a carefully prepared trading plan and not jump in response to price changes. It pays to write down your plan. You need to know exactly under what conditions you will enter and exit a trade. Do not make decisions on the spur of the moment, when you are vulnerable to being sucked into the crowd. You can succeed in trading only when you think and act as an individual. The weakest part of any trading system is the trader himself. Traders fail when they trade without a plan or deviate from their plans. Plans are created by reasoning individuals. Impulsive trades are made by sweaty group members. You have to observe yourself and notice changes in your mental state as you trade. Write down your reasons for entering a trade and the rules for getting out of it, including money management rules. You must not change your plan while you have an open position. Sirens were sea creatures of Greek myths who sang so beautifully that sailors jumped overboard and drowned. When Odysseus wanted to hear the sirens' songs, he ordered his men to tie him to the mast and to put wax in their own ears. Odysseus heard the sirens' songs, but survived because he could not jump. You ensure your survival as a trader when on a clear day you tie yourself to the mast of a trading plan and money management rules.